Hey guys, so this is my final thoughts on the suckers. Hey, what's going on everybody? It is Cordless here from Kemei Cuts once again, and we have another clipper, another affordable clipper. Now, you know, usually I do some Kemei reviews, and the problem with what happened is that a lot of these clippers that I find are on AliExpress. Not that that's a bad thing, but it is a drawback when you have to wait about a month to actually receive the machine. Now, as I was skimming through Amazon, I saw these bad boys, and these are the same ones that were gonna be reviewed on my channel next, but I didn't have to wait a month because they were on Amazon. Now these are not Kemei's, but Kemei does make the exact same clipper, so it's just renamed, rebrand, because that's what they do. They sell this one clipper and just brand it throughout a couple different companies. But here's the sucker clipper, which makes no sense, but it's model K7S. Enough of me talking, let's do some unboxing here and let's see how this bad boy lasts. So we have documentation right here, and there it is in all its glory. But before we get to that, let's see what we have here. So right here we have the USB cable, which is a charging cable. So we'll put that aside. You get your guards, which is weird because they give you two sets. So you have your regular standard wall guards right here, which you can take a look. You can see these are like your standard, and then these are more of the newer versions, which I actually started liking these a lot more. Take this out of the wrapper, and man, it does look, this is a nice looking clipper. Definitely a nice looking clipper. Let's see if it has any charge. Full charge. Weight of it is even. I like this. This feels just as good as my 86. It feels a lot more like the 96 as far as weight. This slim design, it's a lot slimmer than I thought it was going to be. But they definitely did some improvements with this little ridge for when you're gripping it right here. That actually, I like that. The power feels identical to both 86s and 96s, so I like that aspect. And now it's just time for me to use it, get some haircuts. Again, use it for a couple weeks, and then I'll get back to you very shortly. So let's do that right now. Hey guys, so this is my final thoughts on the suckers, K7S, I believe these are. And I have to say that these things are really good. They're really good. The build quality is fantastic. I love the fact that it has these little ridges here. It has indentations for your hand. It just feels really good. If I were to compare between the 96s and the 86s to this has a little bit of a slimmer body than the other two. And not that the other two are very bulky, but it's a lot slimmer in your hands than, like, when you get these, you'll notice what I'm talking about. And if you have, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think, if it's exactly what I'm describing. But yeah, these things feel great. I love the two tones between this polished aluminum and this gold plate. It is a full, what I would consider a metal body. The lever is really nice. You can make it as tight or as loose as you want. It depends on you. and the battery life has been phenomenal. I want to say that this sports the same as the 1986s, which would be a 2500 milliamp battery. I'm not 100% sure on that. They have lasted me about the same. So I would say they're anywhere between 2200 and 2500 milliamps, which is phenomenal. Most clippers are about 2000 milliamps. Like the 1996s, they're 2000 milliamp, which, you know, you can probably get between 5 to 6 haircuts, you know, just the average pace. If you're a little bit faster, you can probably knock out a couple more. But these, I can easily use them for almost a full day before I need to plug them in, which is amazing, because if you get 2 of those, then you know you can easily last a full day. The cons, I would say, would be that the blade on here is not what I thought it was going to be. They look exactly like my 1986s, and off the bat, the 96s work without having to change any of the blades. In this case, I used about 2 weeks. I used it with the blade it came with. You can zero gap them, which is a plus, but the blade, the cutting blade, it just wasn't cutting as close as I want, even though I pretty much zero gapped them. So what I did after 2 weeks of using them, I swapped it out for a different blade. That's why you kind of see there's like a silver blade, and then you have this gold plate on top. And once I did that, it really felt like a new machine once again. So if I were you and you're a working professional, just change out the cutting blade, or if you want to change out the whole thing, that's up to you. I kind of like the fact that it looks like this, so that's why I only changed the cutting blade, and it works perfect. And then the fact that it has that battery indicator light here, it tells you the percentage. That's another reason why I love this machine. It's because I get to know exactly how much I have left on my tool. And I don't understand why these other companies, these bigger companies like Wahl and Andes and some of the other, even say BaBylissPRO, they don't give you that. You got these companies that are way less expensive, and you're telling me that I can't, you can't provide that when these companies, they are selling these for sub $40 can do it, then you guys are holding back. And I think that is a huge, that's something you're really missing out on. And that's why these companies are starting to catch up. The technology is about the same. Now we're just paying more for the name of the product. So I just gave you a lot of pros. My con would be I did have to change that cutting blade. The machine is powerful, but at times it did feel like it was getting a little bit bogged down after cutting for a little while, and I would have to definitely spray it. Now that happened before I changed the top blade, and I can't recall now actually having to do that once I changed the cutting blade. So that might just been a product of the original blade being on there, but once I changed the cutting blade, it's not a big deal. Do I like them as much? And this is a question I know it's gonna come up, so hopefully you guys watch this video, because I'm just gonna tell you, to get to this point right here. Do I like them more than my 1986s? And I'm gonna say no. My 1986s, I freaking love them. They are amazing. They cut. After using all these machines, they're definitely my go-tos. But are they next in line? Yes. I prefer these over my 96s. Again, I think the build quality, the battery life has so much going for it. So is the 86 better? In my opinion, yes. But it's not that much farther. I can easily interchange between my 86s and these easily. So that's that. I know I'm gonna get that question, so now you've heard the answer. Do I still recommend these? Hell yeah. For a sub $40 clipper, the build quality, battery life, the design, I think it's a really underrated clipper. And honestly, I think that if you were looking at these, I wouldn't hesitate whatsoever. Just be cautious and change that cutting blade or change the blade altogether. These use Wahl blades, so you can easily connect these to Wahl guards. And overall, I think you're gonna have a really good experience like I have. Let me know what you think in the comments. What's your experiences? Now, remember, guys, even if I'm speaking highly on this machine, understand that this is my experience that I've been using with this. You might have a totally different experience. I know how to adjust to these machines, so because of that, I understand what the pros and cons, the weaknesses, the strengths that these machines have. So it might be a totally different experience for some of you guys. If you're a novice, someone who just cuts their hair at their house, you might have a different experience. Someone who is a working professional might understand some of the things that I'm saying. And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying that you have to always take that in consideration, especially when I'm making a video. I want to be fully transparent, but that doesn't mean that what I'm saying is 100% correct. You might have a totally different experience. So just think about that and digest it, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for all the positive and great feedback I've been getting on this channel. You guys will really make it worth my time to work on these videos. It's been phenomenal. You guys are really helping this channel grow a lot. Please keep sharing, keep liking the videos. Check me out on Instagram. If you have further questions, ask me about this stuff. And I'll just leave it at that. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, right? Peace.